Azimio leader, Raila Odinga has been keeping President William Ruto's government in check ever since the UDA government came into power. He has been on William Ruto's neck as he accuses him of interfering with independent institutions like during the Moise regime. The ODM party leader has decided to treat himself to a delicious meal at a local restaurant in Kisumu City where he enjoyed massive political support. Nation Africa has shared photos of Raila eating fresh fish which has been prepared at a popular joint in Kisumu called Kakwika. Here is what he had to say after the meal.
My relatives had visited us yesterday in Bondo, and now I'm going back to Nairobi. But I've come to also to find out what is happening back home. And the information that I have is that life is very hard. The cost of living is very high. Employment is not available for most of the residents of this place here. And the basic price of basic commodities like food is very high. Energy is also pretty high. Fuel is very, very high, the cost. So the people are suffering. And some of those palliative measures which had been introduced by the previous government, like Kazi Mtaani, which we had said was going to be continued, have all been stopped. There's also a disappointment about non-implementation of promises which had been made during the campaign period. Things like fund for the youth, which was supposed to be interest-free. We're being told it's now going to be charging interest. And the help to the disabled, to the mamas, mamambogas and so on, is also not forthcoming. What is being seen here is promises on top of promises on top of promises, which is disappointing. But that is not really what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the critical issue of independent electoral commissioners. As you know that this regime, which came into power through the rigging of the elections, is now hell-bent in trying to send home the commissioners who stood firm on the platform of the truth. And we have said that this is not going to be acceptable. People of Kenya will not accept it because it is now known worldwide that these people lost elections badly and that they stole these elections. But now we cannot accept that on top of that they will add insult to injury by sending away these other commissioners and then imposing on Kenyans a user-friendly commission to them. This is not acceptable. And therefore we have said we are going to consult widely with the people of Kenya. We will begin in Nairobi on Wednesday. We will have a meeting with the people of Nairobi at Kamkunji grounds to ask them if they accept that these commissioners should go home. We will then do the same thing in Mombasa. We'll do the same thing in Nakuru. We'll do the same thing in Kisumu. Do the same thing in Kakamega. Because an independent electoral commission is the referee. It cannot be appointed by a player. So we will not allow the Kenya Kwisha regime to impose a commission on the people of Kenya. That is not acceptable. End of statement.